Hey Washington Fish Questers, Blake here. Got a little bit of a different episode for you here today. I am going to raid a state park, an island that I've been to before to shellfish. I'm speaking, of course, of Dinosaur Island. I always get that wrong. Hope Island, there's no dinosaurs, or so I'm told. I always get that mixed up. At any rate, I usually go out to Hope Island to get gooey ducks and mussels when it's open for that, and can't remember if it's May or June, but it's open 1 month out of the year. However, there's something I've had on my to-do list for some time, and that is go out there and get some apples. It is a state park, and in the state park side of it, where you can actually have some primitive campsites, my understanding is they have a nice little orchard, and pretty much if you can row up and grab them, a lot of those apples will just, if not almost all of them, just go bad on the ground. So I'm going to go out here to Hope Island and get a couple bags full if I can, or at least a bag full, make a pie. Alright, I'm out here for 3 other reasons. I got 3 little side quests. The first of which, you might see I'm wearing a different life vest. Now, I'll always wear my orange life vest in most of my episodes when I'm wearing a life vest. I really like an orange life vest. I like a life vest that has a piece of foam or something on the back, so if you did fall into the water unconsciously, you would be more likely to be vertical instead of horizontal. So that's why, part of the reason I like that orange one so much. And the other reason is just, it's cheap. You can get those for free in some areas, you know. Some people will give them to you for free. And I always try not to be too sheeshy on my show, so I usually stay away from the more expensive stuff. However, this is apparently a refurbished life vest, and I got a lovely care package, and that was the other thing I wanted to do, was give thanks. This vest was part of it. A fellow named Scott refurbished it for me and sent it to me, so I like that it's secondhand and it's been repaired and reused, and it's in good shape till 2030. But I also wanted to thank Gus, Liberty, and Max for their lovely lure package, which I thought I had in my truck and I was going to hold up. I appreciated all 3 of those lures. They're awesome. I put them in my salmon box already, though. I kind of absent-mindedly did that, and I'm going to go salmon fishing here in the next couple days, so I'm sure they'll get use. I usually don't accept care packages from folks just because I like to do my show absolutely free, no ads, if I can help it, if I can keep them off of there, and just not accepting cash or goods or anything like that. But they're good friends of the show, and I just really appreciate them. And so thank you so much, all 4 of you, for sending that in. I'm very grateful. And so the other reason I'm out here, and this is actually kind of 1A and 1B, is I want to start doing more kayak episodes. I do have this nice little paddle kayak. Back when I bought it, it was like $160 or something, and probably go like $220 these days. But, you know, pedal kayaking's really taken off and remains to be very popular. But you can do a lot in a paddle kayak, too. And I was looking back at my episodes over the years, and I've really become pretty saltwater centric. I'd say like 4 out of every 5 I'm on the salt anymore, and that was never my intent. It just kind of happened. Those are the fisheries that I do left to nature, because I live near the salt water. It just sort of makes sense. But I think next year, 2026, I want to start doing more lake episodes where I am in or even saltwater, actually. I can do some saltwater episodes out of this baby, where I'm in this paddle kayak opposed to pedal with your feet. So that is what I am doing today. Just going to test this out. I got this camera set up. Got a camera behind me, camera in front of me here. So I am, when I'm out here, going to do a little bit of this. You know, just see how that would look. You know, I got a pole cast in it. Oh yeah, I can kind of see how I might want to adjust the camera a bit there. Look behind me, see how that would look if I was reeling in. Not so bad, but I could raise that camera a bit. So that's the other reason I'm out here, is just to test that out. Alright, enough of that stuff. Sorry if I was talking fast. I'm very winded from pedaling. Time to get them apples. You can see, I don't know if you can read it, it might be too far away, but it could be the entrance. It says no fires, no pets. So no pets on fire. There's a kayak up there. Oh yeah, this is like the true entrance right up there. It's like wide open. And ho! I have arrived. All right. These are really nice stairs. Really nice sign. I can see the apple trees right there. We'll see. Oh, I see apples. I see them from here. Heck yeah. Oh, look, there's a coyote right there. Do you see that coyote there? Oh, there it goes. There it goes. I thought that was I wondered if that was a coyote. I thought that might have been a domestic dog. Oh yeah, there it is. Look at it. See it there? Oh, that's so cool. I know coyotes aren't. There's something about island life to me that seems so much more exotic than when I see them on land, you know? Look at these apples! Look at this. Look at this. I should say I do not know the rules when it comes to harvesting apples on a state park, but it's dang near, well, it is fall. It's dang near the rainy season, so in a couple of weeks, these apples are going to be knocked off the tree by rain, if anything. So I guess I better do my part and take some. You know, the history of apples in this state is interesting. I'm sure it's probably this way in many states, but that coyote just ran off up there. You know, the history of apples in the state's really neat. It used to be when people were homesteading here, you'd get a couple apples. I think 2 in your backyard, 2 apple trees is kind of something to sweeten the pot. They were usually, you know, just the green crab apples, but that's what we had, and people could make, you know, booze or pies or whatever out of them. There's the caretaker's residence. Very quaint. Got the windmill there. Got his old equipment. That's awesome. Look at that. They got a solar panel up there and a rain barrel there. That's so awesome. They're living off the grid. Old tractor equipment here. So although I haven't been to the campground, I have done most of the loop actually in the island itself, and that takes about half an hour, and it is a lovely little hike. I'm not going to do it today. Like I say, I have done the loop before, and it's about half an hour. It's got really nice interpretive signs like these ones here. And there we go. Oh, it used to be a vineyard. I had no idea. But yeah, it's just, what a cool place. Wow. Here we go. Like I said, I'm going to get at least enough to make a pie. All right, I've went around the park and gotten apples from most of the trees, just like a sampling. I got like half a bag full. That'll do it for me. Yeah, it's so neat though. There's deer poop all over all the ground near the trees. Just because, you know, they obviously come and eat the apples. They love the sweet taste or the bitter taste. Probably any taste as long as there's sugar. Yeah, lots of turds. Look at all these turds. Look at that pile there. Now look at that pile and how different it is in that pile. Yeah, so I know there's coyotes on the island. That coyote was going bonkers when I first pulled up. Like I said, I thought it was a dog just because it was yipping about every 4 seconds. Maybe it was sounding the alarm. Oh, wow. Now this tree here, it has some big apples. This one's like right up front. The other ones are more like crab apples. These ones are actually like apples the size you'd see in the store. Holy smokes. All right, let's see. What do you think? Pretty good to me. This is a dang good apple. I'll give it an A. Not just because A starts with apple. It's not too sweet and it's not bitter. It's incredibly crunchy. It's like when you picture an apple in your mind and you think of like that crunch. That rare crunch that only certain apples have. Oh, wow. Wowzers. That's like an A+ apple. Nuts to making a pie with these ones anyway. I'm gonna get half a dozen of these just for my fruit bowl at home. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm way ahead of schedule here. I'm just kind of racing dark to get back. But I'm like half an hour early. I didn't know that the apples would be A, so plentiful, and B, so obtainable, you know, where I could just actually get them. I figured they might be so high up in the tree. Oh, what in the world do we got here? These aren't apples at all. Oh, a pear tree. All we're missing is a partridge. So I guess I'll get some pears. I was going to say, let's go on the hike. Let's go hike a little bit, you know, at least show you those trails back there. The thing that amazes me about those trails is when I'm on them, It feels to me like I'm in the Olympics or something. I'm amazed because Hope Island is not big. Like I said, that trail is only about half an hour maybe to go around the whole island. But you feel really secluded. Like once you get in the woods, you feel like you're in a much bigger environment. And yeah, it was cool seeing that coyote. You know, the raccoons here come down on the shoreline when the tide's out to eat the shellfish, eat the mussels, eat the steamers, all that good stuff. So it really is a pretty cool ecosystem. All right, I got a bunch of pears now. Guess I'll try one. Okay. At first I was thinking that's a great pear. They're pretty good. I'm not a huge pear guy. The sandiness kind of started to set in. They're not bad at all as far as pears go. Definitely don't need more than 6 to 8 though, personally, which is what I got. Here we go. That's definitely get the apples from the top implement there. All right, I've entered the trail now. As you can see here, very well maintained trail. And I'm only about 30 seconds into the trail. See how it's just forested all around me. Like I said, it feels so much bigger than it is. You know, knowing that Hope Island's not that big of an island. As soon as you enter this trail, you feel like you're miles away from anything. Yeah, it's just really, well, I guess maybe with the water that's true. But it is just a really serene trail out here, and I love that it is off-grid, and yeah, it's really peaceful. It opens up a bit here. Here's a nice little map of the island. Since it is starting to get to be dusk and I don't have any lights on my kayak, I should get heading back. But yeah, what a lovely little trail. And geez, that was a lot of apples and just beautiful area. Like I said, climbing here is great when it's open and you can kayak to it. So state park, you know, fair game. Look at, there's a coho salmon right there. If I had a net. Did you see that? There's a coho salmon right there. It was about 2 inches deep. That sea lion there. Well, maybe I'll be back to Hope Island for a different reason. But in the meantime, I just wanted to, again, thank Scott so much for the life vest. I'll get a lot of good use out of it in future kayak episodes. I wanted to give a special thanks to Max, Liberty, and Gus for the awesome lures that I know I'll get a lot of great use of. I know this wasn't fishing, but I'll see you next time on Washington Fish Quest.